So I want to tell you guys a quick story. It's not about a business that I started. It's not about a product that I created. It's not about something that I sold, but it's about a business that pays me tens of thousands of dollars every single month just by connecting people to money that they already need, right? This is no inventory, no employees, no fulfillment, literally just connections. Most people think that money is made by doing more work. I know that's what I used to think. But in this opportunity, I actually learned the opposite. Money is made by positioning yourself where money already moves. And once I figured that out, everything changed in my life. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I built a business around one simple idea that most people completely overlook, but we're not going to overlook it anymore. But before we get into that, if you like learning how money actually works, please comment, like, and subscribe for more free game that pays. It really does help the channel, and it helps people just like you get exposed to this information. So I would very much appreciate it. Now, let me explain how this all works. For years, I was always around business owners. I would say back in 2020 when COVID first started, that was kind of the time where everyone was panicking. And that was the surge of entrepreneurs. I feel like 2020 was the time where COVID hit. People were trying to look to start their own businesses. People were trying to look to get into investments because of how the market was. The job market was down. People were getting fired. People were scrambling around. That, to me, I feel like was a core time in recent history where entrepreneurship and investing and businesses started to come out of nowhere, right? Everyone wanted to have their own business. So because of that, I was around potential business owners all the time. These were people that were trying to grow, people that were trying to survive, and people that were stuck because of the lack of capital that they had. And I kept hearing the same thing. I need funding. I can't move without money. I'd be way bigger if I had capital, or I would be able to get into this investment if I had the money to do so. So at first, I didn't think much of it. Then one day I got introduced to who is a good friend of mine now. He introduced me to a very reputable funding team because I had seen, okay, a lot of my people that I know are looking to get funding. What can I do to help them? So I did the research, I did the heavy digging. I got with the funding team. I got myself, the first round of funding that I actually got, this team helped me out. And it was such a great experience. First round of funding I ever got was around $54,000. Now I currently have over $400,000 in 0% interest funds. We talk about that all the time. So product of the product here. But long story short, I got connected with these guys. They helped me out. And so I said, hey, I have a lot of friends and I have a lot of people in my circle that I know need the same exact thing. So what I did was my very first friend that had came to me about it, he was looking to start a barbershop. This was back in Washington, D.C. I had connected the two. I said, hey, look, these are the guys that got me taken care of. My buddy's looking to get around $40,000 is what he needed. So he went to them and they got him $65,000, right? We sat down with the team. We went through the entire process. I learned the entire funding game. I paid over $25,000 to learn how funding works, how to do credit stacks, how to read credit reports, the whole nine, and how to build a system around it. And so after that entire process, my friend got approved, money hit his bank account, and he took that money and opened up his barbershop, and he is crushing it. Now he has 3 barbershops because of that one opportunity. And how did all of that happen? All that happened because I was able to get him access to funding through a team that I already knew and was comfortable with. And a few days later, after he got paid, I got paid. And understand, I didn't get paid for selling. I didn't get paid for closing. I got paid for introducing. And that was the moment everything clicked for me. I realized I didn't need to be a business owner, even though I do have my own business, but I didn't need to start from ground zero. What I needed was to be the person who knew where the money was and how to access it. And ever since that day, a year in, that was my first time doing 6 figures with affiliate funding. And now we do multiple 6 figures every single year by doing just that. So I kind of want to talk about why connections are worth more than products. I feel as if most people try to make money by creating something. And if you're a creator, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, right? If you're looking to create something from scratch, go ahead and do that. But most people are trying to create something from scratch, whether that's a product, whether that's a service, whether that's a course. But in finance, the most valuable thing is access. Banks and lenders do not struggle to lend money. What they struggle to is to find qualified people who actually need it. So they pay for introductions. This isn't something that's new. Mortgage brokers do it, commercial loan brokers do it, equipment finance brokers do it. Everyone gets paid to bring them deals. I just simplified it. Instead of becoming the lender, I became the connector, and the connector gets paid every single time money moves. So once I understood that whole thing, I stopped looking at people as clients and I started seeing conversations. Every single business owner that I met was a potential funding deal. Every single person that I spoke to was a potential funding deal. Every single parent, every single investor, every single person that was looking to get married, every single person that was looking for a car or a house was a potential funding deal. And it's not because I was selling them something, but it was because they already needed it. So that's when I started Automotion Consulting, and that's when I partnered with the professional funding team that I knew could handle all applications and that can handle that entire workflow because I worked with them previously and I knew they were the best in the business. So we worked together. We handled the applications. We handled the credit reviews. We handled the approvals. I handled the relationships, and the math was very simple. $50,000 funded meant about $1,000 in my pocket. $100,000 funded meant about $2,000 in my pocket. Do that a few times a month, and this stops being a side hustle. It becomes a system, and it becomes income that you can literally do to replace your job or add on to what you're already doing. So if you're watching this and realizing you already know people who need funding, or you have a network of investors or business owners or entrepreneurs that you know that you can tap into, or even if you don't have that network, but you're listening to what I'm saying and you're saying, okay, well, one thing I can do is speak to people, then affiliate funding is for you. This is exactly why I built the Automotion Broker Society on School. Inside my School community, you get your own affiliate funding link, your own connection link, and direct access to my funding team and my credit repair team. And not only do you have that, but we train you on exactly how to position yourself and refer funding opportunities correctly. So if you want to build this the right way, if you want to get started with this, if you want to see exactly how this works with real infrastructure behind you and with a real team that cares, go ahead, click the link below, join the School community, and let's start getting you paid on your connections. Now, let's talk about why most people completely miss this opportunity. Here is the wildest part. Most people are already surrounded by opportunities literally just like this. They just don't know how to monetize them correctly. I'm sure every single one of you guys watching this video have heard people say, I need capital, I need money, I'm stuck, I can't grow without money, I'm trying to start a business, I'm trying to get into real estate, I'm trying to become an investor. You hear these conversations and you just brush them off your shoulder and move on. But the person who understands this model, which is everyone watching this video now, hears something completely different. What they hear is, I can create value and I can get paid. This is not by selling, this is not by pushing, but by pointing someone in the right direction. Once you understand that, you start seeing money completely differently. You stop chasing income. You start positioning yourself where money already flows. So if you're watching this, you may ask, okay, well, how does this probably differ than other side hustles or other things that I've looked into? I'm gonna get into that right now. The problem with most side hustles is they fight human behavior. So for example, affiliate marketing, that relies on impulse. That relies on getting someone emotional and making an impulsive buy to buy your product or sign up for your product or whatever it is that you're marketing. Coaching is great, but it relies on a lot of time, right? It relies on people wanting to pay you for your time. In order for people to want to pay you for your time, you have to be an expert at what it is that you're coaching. Sales relies more on pressure. When it comes to sales, you have to know how to pressure people into making a decision in order to buy your product or buy your service. Affiliate funding doesn't rely on literally any of this. It's very simple. Businesses and investors need capital. That's not a want, that's actually a need. And needs pay a lot better than wants. That's why commissions are higher. That's why deals close faster, and that's why this business model scales so much better, because you're not convincing anyone to do anything. You're solving a problem that already exists. You're making someone's life easier, you're making someone's business better, you're making someone grow faster. So the biggest shift that I made was realizing this. The highest earners, they don't necessarily chase money, but they control the access. And they sit between opportunity and the people who need this opportunity. So once I stepped into that role, I stopped asking, how do I make money? And I started asking, how do I position myself where money already moves? And that question right there changed my entire life. I changed my circle, I got into the right rooms, I get into networking events, and I strategically place myself where I know people need the capital that I have access to, that I can help them get access to, and get paid for every single person. So with all that being said, I want you watching this video to understand that this business is not about luck, it's not about hype, it's simply about understanding how money actually works and moves. All right, businesses will always need capital. Lenders will always pay for introductions. The only question is whether you stand on the outside watching money move, or you step into the middle where connections get paid. That's how I build a business that pays me thousands of dollars for simply connecting people to money. And you can do the same exact thing.